Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of SUGA News, where we discuss all things SUGA that happened in the past week. Today we have a very special episode. This is not episode 3, it's SUGA's Interlude special. If you follow us on Twitter, you might have noticed that the bio changed immediately and it was SUGA's Interlude. That's it. That's the news. So on this episode, we're only gonna discuss the release, the charts, sales, records, streams, radio play, and everything in between. So much has happened since Thursday alone, not even the past week. So first things first, if you haven't bought the song, go. What are you waiting for? Just go right now. It's available on iTunes. It's available on Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, Deezer, so many other platforms. So if you haven't bought it yet, go. If you already bought it, gift it to a friend, a family member. It's never too much. I mean, BTS is always nice, and this song is perfect. If you can buy it for any reason, don't despair. Remember, we also have streaming. So don't despair. Just stick around to make sure you get all the info on how to properly stream. So anyway, the song was released on December 6th, midnight. But I was actually released a couple of minutes before midnight. So we had it available on Spotify right on midnight, but it was available on Apple Music / iTunes about 10 minutes before. And in that short period of time, it got to number 41 on the charts. Isn't that amazing? As you already know, this beautiful picture is the cover where we can see Ashley and Yoongi hand drawn. And we also have the credits for the song showing SUGA's Interlude is performed by BTS, Halsey, and SUGA. Is written by Halsey, Min Yoongi, and Peter Lasnigard, I'm sorry, and produced by Lido, P-Dog, and SUGA. Sadly, that success always comes along with issues of its own. So, since the song was released before midnight, we lost those 10 minutes of sales, and they won't count for this week. Since we peaked number 41 in just 10 minutes, just imagine how many sales those are. So again, if you have a chance, if you can at all, please go buy the song now, or buy it again for a friend or a family member. Just help as much as you can. Sadly, we also had some Spotify issues. So as soon as the song was released, we had our very first issue. His profile was linking to someone else, and they were getting all his streams and follows and monthly listeners, and that was a hassle. First, we had to fix that part, and then when they fixed that first part, the song was still showing on the other profile. So we had to report again and send emails and tweet. But the good news is, in the end, we fixed it. So you can now enjoy it in its full glory. And celebrating with us, SUGA also tweeted about the release with the caption, "Finally, how long have you been keeping this undercover, Min Yoongi?" He shared a screenshot of the song on Spotify, and if you've been tagging along Bon Voyage, you know he uses Android, so I'm a proud Android user, even more now. And to celebrate this accomplishment with him, we also trended. We got multiple hashtags trending on the top 20, and even more if you count beyond 20, with these two getting the first 2 spots. So that's hashtag SUGA's Interlude and hashtag Halsey times SUGA. We also had SUGA's Interlude out now, SUGA times Halsey, Min PD, many hashtags out there, and it was amazing to see the response from ARMY. And the melody in this song is just beautiful. And minutes after, our beautiful translation ARMY got to work, and we got the translations for this song. As you can see, the credits are on the images from Tiny Seokjin이. Thank you very much. And the lyrics are very deep. It's basically Yoongi comforting himself. You know, when you have many dreams and you finally achieve them, but then it's almost like, what do I do now? What is this next step of my life? Or is this really what I wanted all along? But he gives us that comfort and knowing that, yeah, this is what you wanted and things might change eventually. And you're gonna keep going on, you're gonna keep moving. We're still young. We have the chance to learn from that experience, enjoy it, live it, and just move along. This is what life is like. And to have a better idea of how we trended, Research BTS shared this with us that day. See how and where the song blew up on Twitter. It is amazing. And the best part, the records, of course. SUGA's Interlude got 54 number one on iTunes. And you can see all the countries listed on the screen right now, from Indonesia to Mexico to the Cayman Islands to Honduras to Brazil, Peru, Taiwan, Estonia, France, Thailand, Bahrain. It's amazing. I mean, all these countries got Suga's Interlude to number one. And, however, it's also important to note that many other countries got really close to number one in iTunes. So there were number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That was the farthest one. And SUGA brand couldn't have said it better. SUGA's Interlude is competing with some of the biggest names in the industry on iTunes on the hardest day of the year, that is the first Friday of December, and still managed to not only get 54 number ones, but also to chart 2 songs on the iTunes Top 10 in tons of countries. If you're wondering why it's 2, since the album has both a clean and an explicit version, there are 2 versions of SUGA's Interlude on iTunes. So if you didn't know that and you only bought one, this is again your chance to go buy the other one. And you know that that same day, just later, because it was at night on December 6th, there was the Jingle Ball meetup. Well, it was a Jingle Ball, sorry. And BTS were there and Halsey was there, so we got SUGA and Halsey celebrating their new song together. And I love it, and he looks happy, and this is beautiful. Thank you, Halsey! There are so many records that I couldn't possibly list them all, because this video would then be like 30 minutes long, and we don't want that. Well, I want that, but no. So, let's just mention that this was the biggest Spotify debut for a Korean soloist. So you can see it had 2,921,871 streams on the first day. And that's with about 44% of the streams being discounted. So remember, let's keep streaming, and most importantly, let's stream correctly. Don't put the song on loop. Don't just repeat the same song all over and over and over again, or the same playlist, or the same album. Make sure you have different playlists. So once one of the playlists ends, you move on. You stop with that one. You get rid of that one. Forget about that one. And you move on to another one, and you start over again. So if you have a playlist called SUGA's Interlude 3 hours, you listen to all that playlist, and once you're done, you go check out MinPD streaming playlist, SUGA's Interlude Focus, or whatever you call your playlist, and you have all the other songs again. So remember, just keep switching, and never put it on loop. By the way, I forgot to mention, but we also got a lot of articles about his songs. So if you need those, the link will be in the description box to the document that SUGA brand created, where it has all the Naver and Dom articles for you to go like and comment and share and recommend, and everything we need to do to keep his brand reputation up. Remember, we can't let it go down. Finally, on to the numbers. We didn't really have any specific goals this week for either of the 3 videos, so I'm just gonna name where we're going right now. Remember, we do have the August D to 100 million views goal, so please don't forget to stream even though we're streaming SUGA's Interlude, okay? Current views for August D are 82,990,880. Forgive it to me, we're really slow right now. So let's just pick up the pace, add it to our playlist, and keep working hard. Current views are 35,143,053. Finally, for First Love, current views are 7,150,429. If you have different playlists, remember to please add these on, and if you don't have any, I'm gonna link a couple that you can use in order to help increase those views. Maybe we can reach 100 million. Moving on to Spotify, we saw a nice increase on his streams in general. So you can notice the total streams for August D went up 1,200,421. So that's amazing pace. I love this. This is the energy we need to have. However, the monthly listeners seem to remain the same. So make sure you share it, spread the word, get other people to listen to his songs because they're amazing. Simple. Finally, for SUGA's numbers, we have total streams of 163,749,149. I did not include the increase because SUGA's Interlude, the song, basically skyrocketed. And we have 923,828 monthly listeners, despite the small hiccup we had with Spotify at the beginning. I still haven't forgiven you. So, we do need to pick up the pace a little bit just to make sure we get that number back to where it probably should be if they hadn't stolen that from us. But it's a pretty good number for now. We'll just make sure we keep working at it. As you can see, Seesaw increased 841,000 streams, so that's pretty good pace. All Night also had a nice increase, and well, Suga's Interlude had over 6 million streams so far. And that's it for today's special episode of Suga News. Remember to follow us on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We're the most active on Twitter, so if you want to know the latest, it's there. And before we go, remember to please help with radio airplay. We're trying to make sure he gets into all the charts, and radio play helps out a lot. So if you see a poll on one of our social media requesting that you vote, or we ask you to go and contact different radio stations, just make sure you change the wording, but please help us out to make sure we can get Suga's Interlude on the radio as soon as possible, because the general public deserves to listen to this masterpiece. It's amazing. Now, if you like that video, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to my channel. Just let me know what you think. And remember, keep streaming Suga's Interlude. Bye. See you next week.